In this video, I'm going to tell you everything you need to know about adding text in Adobe Premiere Pro. Let's go. That rhymed way too much. All right, so before we actually add any text, I just want you to know that this blue line right here, this is where your text is going to be added to your sequence. So make sure you line this up where you want it. Then go down here to this T, the type tool. If you left click and hold, you'll see that we can do vertical type tool and just regular type tool. So I'm going to pick that one, regular type tool, and then just go up and click on your screen where you want the text to be. So I'm just going to click right here. You're going to see this red kind of cursor thing show up, and your graphic is going to appear right here on your sequence. And it's going to appear at the lowest layer possible. So if I was over here and clicked, you'd see that it's going to appear on the bottom layer. But because I had video clips on layer 1 already, it's going to pop in right above it. Now, the issue here is that the red thing is gone. But if I click back on graphic, you're going to see that that actually opens up two panels. One is under Effect Controls, and the other one, if I scroll up here, is Essential Graphics. If you don't see either of those, just go to Window, and you'll find Effect Controls right here and Essential Graphics right there. And really, they both kind of do the exact same thing. So to activate that red box again, if I click on here, you can try and find it. Like if I hover over, you can see it right there. Or you can click on this T right here, or you can go over here and this little drop down with this little triangle thing. You can click on text right here, and that'll activate the red box again. And then all you have to do is click back in there and add the text that you want. So adding text is what I'm going to write in there. And you'll see that as soon as I click away, so if I click back over here, under Effect Controls, you'll see beside text, now there's adding text in brackets. So whatever I write is going to appear right there. And then over here in Effect Controls, it also added it right here. Okay, so now let's look at how we can adjust our text. So the first thing you need to know is that your text needs to be selected to be able to manipulate it. So I can click in the box and highlight. I can triple click to highlight everything in the box, or you can go Control A just to make sure everything is selected. Just be careful, because if you click anywhere outside the box, it's going to add another text thing over here. You see there's a blank one, which we'll come back to later. But for right now, we don't want that. So click in your box and make sure everything is highlighted. And now we can start manipulating our text. And because of what I said before, it doesn't matter if you work out of Effect Controls or Essential Graphics. So I'm just going to work out of Effect Controls because I like to start with my font and stuff first. So right here under Source Text, you can see Minion Pro. So I can click on this and pick the font that I want. So I'm just going to pick an old go-to of Impact, just a fat font there. This is to scale your text. So I'm just going to make it a little bit bigger like that. Then you can center it. But this is a weird one because these ones are to center if you made your text box a different way. So you could also have made a text box like this and then start typing. So if I typed in that box, then I could go over to this text one right here and, center it, right align, do whatever. So this is within the box, which I don't like doing because we can mess with that stuff later over here. So I'm just going to delete that one out of there and click back on this one. So I'm going to go left align again. That'll put it back where I had it before. If we click down here and drag to the right, each letter will separate further apart from each other. If you drag left, they'll get closer to each other. This one right here, this will do nothing if everything's on the same layer. But if I click in here and drop this one down, then this will separate your text to be further apart or closer in terms of the row that they're on. So I'm just going to put that text back up there. If I highlight it again and go down here, this will make your text bold. This is italic. This will make sure everything is all caps. This will make sure that everything is all caps, but the first letter will be higher, like taller than the other letters. This will, you have to kind of highlight a portion of it. So if I click this, it's going to make that part smaller. Again, if we highlight this and do this one, it'll make that text, drop down like that. And this will put an underline under whatever is highlighted. Right here, obviously, this is where you change the color of your text. So I'm going to click on that and, you can pick whatever color you want, slide this down. Right here, you can add a stroke onto it, and this will be the thickness of your stroke. So The higher the number, the fatter the stroke, the lower the number, the skinnier. Two of the newer things that have been added are these two right here, background and shadow. And I'm gonna actually unclick to be able to do this. So if you click on background and then slide this up, you're gonna see that it adds just a rectangle behind there. And right here, you can slide this up to make that bigger or smaller. And then to change the color of it, same thing, you just click on here and pick whatever you want. So I'm gonna pick this stupid bright red and click on it, and that's where you see it. So now if I make that kind of more see-through like that, that looks okay. And then down here is a drop shadow, but this is the drop shadow for the text. So it's not gonna be for the box. So if you click on that one, you'll get all these other options here. This is the intensity of the shadow. This is obviously the angle that the drop shadow is going to be. This is the separation, so you can separate it further. And this is going to be kind of the intensity of the edges there. And then this is the kind of the blurriness of it. So if we brought these both up, you can see that's really blurry. And if I bring this down, it kind of sharpens up those edges like that. Now, what's really good about being able to add the background this way is that it's actually responsive to what you type. So if I added change text in here, you can see that the background box there adjusted as I was typing new things in there. So that's really good. But probably the most interesting feature in here is actually this mask with text. But if we click on it, when in effect controls, your text is just going to disappear. Even if you click on invert, nothing's going to happen there. So we have to make sure we're clicked on our graphic, like on our text here, and click on masking text over here in essential graphics. And then all we have to do is go and get a new clip. So I'm going to drag this winter clip right in here under masking text and let go. You're going to see it pop in behind your text. Then just click on it and scale it, position it how you want. So I'm going to scale it down a bit and just kind of move it over like that. Now, when we click back on masking text and we go down here to those same things that we were just messing with over here, if we click on mask with text, it's going to appear in our background there. So this background that we added. So I did this on purpose so that you can see that you need to have that unchecked. And then it's also looking still bad here because of shadow. So if you unclick shadow, that's probably the look that you're going for. And then if we go back to the top, you can see that if you click back on winter, now when we position it and scale it, it'll happen within the text. So something else you might want to do here is actually go to the clip that is underneath it and maybe, drop the opacity so that that masking text thing stands out a little bit more. Now when we play it, both videos will play, the background one and whatever's happening in here. You can see the little car right there. Okay, so the last things that we can mess with are all here under transform, but this is actually where I switch over to the essential graphics panel because all of these things here are the exact same as these ones here, but this has a bunch more features right here under align and transform. So let's start with those. So this one will be vertical center, so it'll put it exactly in the middle between the top and the bottom. This one will align to the middle left and right. This one will align to the top. This one's also middle from the top and the bottom. This is to the bottom. This is left. This is middle. This is right. So I'm just going to click on this and this for now and put it in the middle. If you click down here and drag to the left and right, you're going to be able to move this one left and right. If you click here, this is going to move it up and down, or you can actually go down here to this selection tool and then move it wherever you want as well. So I'm just going to kind of plunk it in there and then put it back to the middle and middle. Right here, this is where you can further scale it up or down, but notice as you scale it up, it's going to lose its center spot. So you might have to go center and center again. Or if you notice that it's actually scaling based on this center point here, so you can move this center point to where you want. So I'm just going to plunk it right in the middle so then I can realign here and here. And that really comes into play as well because right here is where we can rotate it, and it's going to rotate around wherever that spot is. And then down here is just opacity. So if I slide this down, it's going to be more see-through or, completely opaque. Okay, so now what if you want to add more text? Well, there's actually 3 different ways that we can do that. The first way is to just make sure your blue line is over top of your current graphic or text thing, and then just go over to your screen and click. As we saw before, a new red thing will show up. You can also, if I delete that, you can also just go over to your essential graphics and right here, this little new layer thing, click on that and then select text right here. A new text box is going to show up. This time it's going to have text in it already. So just kind of line it up kind of close to where you want. Then just click into that and type what you want. So I'm going to go in Premiere Pro, then just adjust it and position it where you want. The bonus of doing it this way is that all of your text things that you add in here will be housed in one graphic down here on your timeline, which means that we can move it and they'll move together. We can also go over here to vector motion and scale them together, move them together or even animate them together. But it also gives us the opportunity to move them independent of each other as well. So if we click over here on in Premiere Pro, we can now move and scale and animate this one separate from this one, which gives us a lot of flexibility. The second way to add text is to just make sure this blue line thing is not over top of your current text graphic. So just place it over here and click, and that'll add that new box. And I can type in Premiere Pro as well. And then just take that graphic and slide it over top of the other one here. And in this case, I'm just going to hide the other one there. And then once again, just adjust it and move it into place. The bonus of doing it this way is that each of these graphics are now independent of each other. And then the third way to add text is just to click back into your original box and hit enter, then just type in what you want underneath or above or whatever you want, and then just highlight that portion to be able to adjust it. Just remember that these ones right here or here are going to impact your text within the box, and then these ones right here are going to impact your text box in relation to the full screen. So I'm just going to click this to line it up there and make sure that this is in the center. All right, so the last thing that I want to show you is a few different ways to use your text again. So let's say you made the best text ever and you want to use it again. This is how you do it. But first, I'm just going to go to this selection tool and click on this. You might be wondering about this right here, this line. It's simple to make. You just go over here to new layer, click on it, add a rectangle, and then obviously just resize it and position it where you want. Okay, so the first way to reuse your text again is simply to go down here, click on your graphic, and then hold Alt or Option on a Mac, and click and drag this out. That'll make a copy. So you can now take this one and plunk it over here. So if you click over it, now you can double click in and change this to maybe, worst text ever, realign it. And then maybe down here, you can go in and go, I don't want to use it again, realign it. And that will not impact this other one. This graphic is now separate from this graphic. The other way you can do it is just by dragging your clips out. So I'm going to go kind of beyond here and then going to the razor tool and then just slicing at the cuts. Then we can just go over to a new one here. So worst text ever. And we can also just, change that to, I don't know, worst tree ever or something. But if we go over here, I also want to show you that you can just put it over black. So if there's nothing underneath it, then obviously it's going to be over top of black. I'm just going to slice this one off as well. But if you don't want it to be black, if you want it to be a different color, all you have to do is go to wherever your media is. And, I just slid this over because sometimes it's hiding in here. Go down here to new item, then just select color matte, click OK, pick the color that you want. So I'm just going to pick a blue pretty quick, name it, click OK, and then it'll show up within your files here. Then just drag it underneath. And there you go. And then finally, if you want to just keep this for other projects, you can also click on your graphic, go up to graphics and down to export as motion graphics template. Now it's not a motion in this case, but if you did animate it, then it'll save all that as well. So I click on that. This thing's going to pop up. I'm going to call this just worst. And it's going to go in my local templates folder, include video thumbnail, click OK. And it's going to create it. Now, where did it go? Well, if we go back to our essential graphics, this whole time we've been working under edit. You can also go to browse, and there's a whole bunch of templates that you can already pick from that Premiere has already installed. So on this last clip here, this one, I can drag any one of these as a graphic right into my project, and there'll be a template ready for me to edit, and all the same rules apply. So if I double click in here, I can go best title ever, And then now when we watch it, it's a built-in preset template there. So it will play right over top of my clip. But if we go back to browse again and we go right to the bottom, now the one that we just made will also be in there. So I can click over here and just drag it on and use it in the future for anything that I want. And that's it. That's all I got for adding text in Premiere Pro. If you got something out of this video, make sure to drop a like. And if you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing, and I'll catch you next time.